Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back. This is School Reviews with your boy, the man, NJ2THECITY with the number 2 and TO. Let's dive into this video. Let's go. So, just to somewhat piggyback off one of the videos that I had just recorded, the elementary schools that the one I halfway just posted as well. Elementary schools that I went to, predominantly, at least from my memory, the elementary schools that I went to were, I went to ABC Christian Academy. I went to, what's it called? San Pablo Elementary over there in Jacks Beach, right across from Fletcher. And I went to Kernan Trail Elementary. Those are the three schools I can definitely name, but I'm pretty sure I went to like 2 or 3 more. I just can't name them, honestly. So forth and so forth. And just let everybody know, once again, again, God bless everybody's summer. Hope everybody's having a great time thus far. I definitely know that within the last few days, I've definitely been, not only filming a lot of these types of videos, but I've definitely been posting quite a know to myself for real, like, even though they're not immediately blowing up, and I mean, what I mean by that, they're not immediately getting 5, 10, 20, whatever views, I do definitely know that eventually these videos will end up skyrocketing. Again, it just takes timing, patience, and the right marketing and promotion, and so on and so forth. And the titles are a part of the promotion as well, especially considering the fact that I told everybody that eventually I was going to have this show and that show and this show and that show on this channel, considering the fact that they're all shot with a iPhone camera or an iPad camera or etc. A device that is simple as, you just film it, and as soon as you're done with it, if you don't want to review it, you can just send it off to YouTube, and simple as that. And predominantly. So at least where that points at with me is the fact being that with this video, I am again shooting it on my phone. I can shoot it on my iPad, but I think I'm more used to now, or hooked to the fact being that if you film it on a, I guess, LTE device, that it will definitely upload way faster. 15-minute video will upload in less than 5 minutes versus you filming it on your, probably even your laptop, but definitely you filming it on your iPad with Wi-Fi. Well, I think again, it's just that difference between Wi-Fi and LTE. The Wi-Fi takes like probably 30 minutes, to upload. The LTE takes less than 5 minutes. So you definitely see that big difference. At least for me, it's definitely a reason why I'm over here filming as much as I'm filming and releasing it as fast as I'm putting it out there on YouTube. But again, we're definitely going to see where it all goes towards. Not only its further marketing and promotion, but also where it goes towards, when I do make mine, you could say my return to doing it on my iPad and taking, again, 30 minutes to do it. Not to say it's a huge, big difference when it comes to, it fully mattering which device that I do it on, because it kind of doesn't. Only, you're still going to get like the same quality, I think, of picture quality and etc. Is the only real difference with me between posting it on my phone and posting it on my iPad. The fact being, like I said before, its upload time is way quicker on LTE than it is Wi-Fi and etc. But most definitely, like I said, I got my Wi-Fi back on, and I'm definitely using it constructively today. I definitely filmed a few other the Fine Line episodes that I do not know when they will be released, but they definitely focus on some race-related issues and some stuff going on with it, definitely within the news. And again, how, like I said, if you were to ask me, it's, again, the best way to solve, again, it's love thyself, or love thy neighbor as thyself. Again, if you want to solve all racial issues, simple as that. That's the definition of world peace, literally right there. And just got to keep praying and believing and trying to walk with people in their faith and walk with people in their journey with Christ, and just in everyday life. Try to be try to be especially if you're already somebody who's strong in their faith, try to be that bridge. Because, and what I mean by that bridge is, for somebody who's not fully strong in their faith, or who thinks they're strong in their faith, but again, on the surface, it definitely shows that, with eternal, they're not, and etc. You get the point there. Try to be that bridge to help them better in their faith. Because one of the top things I think we lack in today's day and age in society, almost everybody's definitely learning from each other in a certain type of way, but a lot of us are learning the wrong things from each other, the absolutely wrong things. I don't think we have, again, enough truly spiritually saved and where people out there where we're learning enough good things from each other. It really, again, I really do think the evidence proves it. Because again, I read too many school reviews where the school reviews are practically, again, saying, again, this kind of goes into another topic, but again, where, again, bullying, harassment, cursing, etc. These things being swept under the rug, and etc. To where it makes me think to myself, yeah, we're definitely all learning from each other, but it depends, what are we learning from each other? Because it seems like one of the top things a lot of us are learning from each other is just how to be, I want to say, negatively corrupt human beings. And if not negatively corrupt, just definitely not living up to everything of which you can towards living your best life with Christ. Definitely. So, to get into some school reviews, I definitely can assure you, like I said, I'm not gonna start saying the actual school's name of which, or I'm gonna start doing that eventually. But for now, I'm not doing that just yet. But just to let you know, here's one of the reviews, which says, this school is trash. Can't focus in class, cause problem students, prime example, a specific person, will not be quiet or stop making fun of other students long enough for instruction to start the teachers. Yeah. So, the biggest point, or my dissection of that review that I just read, because God bless all IB kids and all AP kids, but I don't think we can deny that in majority of schools, if not every school, depending on whether you're in standard, AP, IP, or IB, really, I said IP, depending on which, level of education you're in those departments, not all standard classes are bad, because again, I've had most standard classes, like 99.9% of standard classes my entire high school career. So it's not to say that all standard classes are filled with just corruption, because they're not. But again, it depends on which kids are in there. And I think from all these reviews that I've read, for quite a while about quite a bit of schools, it seems like for certain standard classes, or a lot of other people's standard classes, again, it's filled with a bunch of corruption and other stuff like that. To where, again, the IB and AP and etc., they are definitely exempt from that, because you're usually not going to sign up for IB or AP honors period. You're not usually going to sign up for those things unless you are unless you're very serious about your education. Not to say that kids who go to standard classes aren't serious about their education, but definitely they would just rather they would just rather prefer to work at that other certain pace rather than those who are in IB and AP and etc. They would just rather work at that certain pace, and what's else? And with the same thing with the workload, they would just rather deal with that workload, not take on this, not take on that. That's just their own personal preference towards it, most definitely. But again, for better and for worse, whether you're in IB, AP, etc., honors, we're all smart kids. And I'm telling you, one of the top things, at least that I feel like I've been learned and continuously learning, not only are we all smart kids, but again, depends on what are you going to put those smarts towards, and again, what are you going to school for? Because a lot of kids aren't going to school for education, period. And again, God bless especially the America's youth, but I think that we have prime examples for how many schools are absolutely failing to back that up. That a lot of kids aren't going there for school. A lot of kids are going there literally just for, a daycare thing. Again, I would not say these things if they weren't backed up by some type of info. I would not say them. I'm not gonna just say these things just to say them. I've heard it, I've heard it from my own. I've heard it, I've seen it, and etc. The evidence is there, and darn straight, the statistics back it up in many cases. Again, you'd be amazed how many schools I've looked up that are absolutely failing across the board. And so forth and so forth. It's quite amazing. It's literally quite amazing. And when it comes to this school review, most definitely, actually, let's go back to another one that I previously read, where it said something about comparing that school to a prison. I've heard way too many kids compare their schools to a prison. I've literally heard way too many kids compare their schools to a prison. I mean, we obviously know the real differences between a school and a prison. I believe we definitely know the real differences between them. But most definitely, I can definitely say towards that, um, we get it that some people are acting this way, running it this way, running it that way. And that's why I said before, more people need to speak up, speak out, and most definitely don't be afraid to, again, schedule meetings and stuff like that. If not with the people at the school, with the people at the district's office and etc. Because I'm just saying we definitely have more power than what we definitely use. Because we definitely do. And what that alludes to is my previous video back in June when I said about my proud promotion, or that was either late May or early June. I believe it was early June. My proud promotion of K through 12 online and FLVS. Not to say I want every kid to go to online schooling now as their primary option or whatever else words you want to put there. But it's definitely to say that, we can do better. Everybody can do better. And let's stop treating school as if it's just something that's just there to hold us for the day. Which I'm definitely going to say, not only the school reviews, but I think if you listen to the kids their own selves, and even some of the parents possibly, but definitely some of the kids, at least from what I've definitely been hearing, that's practically what a lot of kids definitely treat school as. It's just a holding place for, for the day, to get them through the day. And especially when it comes to the things of like funding being cut for certain things, a lot of there's just so many. There's so many things that ask the question, if you're gonna cut the funding for this and that, then where's that money that usually went for this and that going to now? Because if you were to ask me, I don't think that at how many taxes a lot of people pay, or should I say all the grown-ups pay, the middle class and high class predominantly, after all the taxes that they pay, you cannot tell me that you don't have the funding for some of these programs. You really can't tell me you don't. You're just, I'm telling you, I'm definitely gonna say that math doesn't add up. At least, definitely in my opinion, the math does not add up. You cannot, at all the taxes that, especially I'm saying definitely middle and high class pay for whatever it is, wherever it is. Schools and stuff like that. Like I said, you should not have to go, as I said before. You should not have to go to a private school or go to a private school or go to, what's it called? You should not have to go to a private school or college in order to love and enjoy school. Which is one of the biggest problems, as I said before, and or epidemics that we're in right now, is where a lot of us think that we have to go pay a ton of money, not only just to get a good education, but to finally love and enjoy school. And if anything, that's one of the top trends I live for to break, is to break that trend, especially knowing how many taxpayer dollars are being funded to public schools. Let's break that trend. Let's definitely break it. It doesn't need to exist, And I guess when it comes to will not be quiet or stop making fun of other students, again, I think the evidence is as well clear that a lot of kids don't really, when it comes to the bullying aspect of things, I definitely, my heart goes out to anybody that has been bullied in the past, present, and or will be bullied in the future, and I'm just saying that from at least the last part about the future part. I'm saying that from, again, how certain people and or kids are, and that it almost doesn't matter what happens, they're gonna find a way to acknowledge you for whatever reason. So that's why I say in the future, obviously we hope it doesn't happen in the future, but we obviously know under certain circumstances it's definitely gonna happen in the future, and so forth and so forth. Again, these kids need better mentors, they need better leaders, they need better management, and etc. These are all things that are definitely missing from a lot of kids' lives. Leadership, mentors, and other stuff like that. And again, guidance. A lot of these things are missing from these kids' lives. And in many cases, there's only so much the public school can definitely do. But there's but like I said before, everybody, if you were to ask me, plays a part in it. from the from the public schools to the parents at home to the overall environment of neighborhood you live in, etc., etc. God bless. More coming soon. Take care. Your boy, the man, NJ to the city. Peace.